Welcome everyone. Today we will discuss about different types of cell organelles that are present in any normal eukaryotic cell. All the cell organelles that are present in a cell, they are basically grouped into two types of organelle. One is single membrane organelle, which have only single cell membrane, and another is double membrane cell organelle, which has double layer of cell membrane. The single layer of single membrane organelles are endoplasmic reticulum, Golgi apparatus, lysosome, and vacuole. These are the single membrane organelles. And the organelles which have double layer of membrane, they are basically mitochondria, plastid, and nucleus. So let's discuss about all of these organelles individually. So first we start with endoplasmic reticulum. Endoplasmic reticulum is a large network of membrane bound tubes and sheets. That means the structure of this reticulum, there looks like tube or looks like sheet. Then all the types of tubes and sheet are present in endoplasmic reticulum. They are occur in only three forms, that is cisternae, vesicle, and tubes. This endoplasmic reticulum can be classified into two types. One is rough endoplasmic reticulum and another is smooth endoplasmic reticulum. In rough endoplasmic reticulum, here they are called rough because ribosomes are attached on its outer surface. As ribosomes are attached on its outer surface, and we know that ribosome is responsible for the synthesis of protein, so these rough endoplasmic reticulum are basically involved in the formation of protein. Another type of endoplasmic reticulum can be found, that is called smooth endoplasmic reticulum. It is called smooth because no ribosomes are present on its surface. So that means it looks like very smooth from the outside. As ribosomes are not present on their surface, that means they are not involved in the protein formation or protein synthesis. So except protein, this type of endoplasmic reticulum, they basically synthesize fat molecule or lipid molecule, and this fat molecule or lipid molecule produced by smooth endoplasmic reticulum and the protein that is produced by rough endoplasmic reticulum, these two are directly involved in the formation of cell membrane, because we know that our cell membrane in our cell membrane their lipid and protein both are present. So the material that is produced from these two type of endoplasmic reticulum, they are directly involved in the formation of cell membrane. So this process is called membrane biogenesis. Here biogenesis means synthesis of something from the biological material, and except this lipid and protein which is involved in membrane biogenesis, other proteins and lipid also produced from this endoplasmic reticulum, and their function either as hormone or as enzyme. If you look in the below of this slide, then you can see that three forms of endoplasmic reticulum that we have discussed, that is cisternae, tubules, and vesicles. And in the right side of the slide, there is also two types of endoplasmic reticulum. One is rough, where you can see that black dots are present on its outer surface. These black dots are actually ribosome that is attached to the endoplasmic reticulum. And in case of smooth endoplasmic reticulum, no ribosomes are attached, so its wall look like smooth, no other spot is present on that. Now let us discuss about the function of this reticulum. First function is that this reticulum act as a channel for transport of materials between various regions of cytoplasm. Second function, it acts as a cytoplasmic framework that provide surface for some biochemical activities of the cell. Third function is that smooth reticulum of vertebrate liver cell play a crucial role in detoxifying many poisons and drugs. and they also produce digestive enzymes of lysosome. So, from the function we can definitely say that the main function of these endoplasmic reticulums, whether they are rough or smooth, the main function is that they basically produce different types of molecules. These molecules can act as a enzymes, this molecule can act as a hormones, this molecule can act as a different biological molecule that can play different important and crucial roles in the cell for being healthy or being life of the cell. Now, next these are the actual diagram that how endoplasmic reticulum is connected to the nucleus and ultimately it end to the, in some cases this endoplasmic reticulum they end up to the cell membrane. These are the actual diagram. Here you can see that both rough endoplasmic reticulum and smooth reticulum both are present here, where ribosome also present and where ribosomes are not present on smooth endoplasmic reticulum. Now, we move to the next cell organelle, that is Golgi apparatus. Here system of membrane bound vesicle which are approximately parallel to each other in stalk, that is called cisternae. So, Golgi apparatus is an apparatus where membrane bound vesicles are present at parallel to each other in a stalk. These are called cisternae, and the membrane of Golgi apparatus often have connection with the ER. ER means endoplasmic reticulum. So, here Golgi apparatus is basically present after the endoplasmic reticulum, and in some cases they have the connection with the endoplasmic reticulum. Next thing is that this Golgi apparatus they have two ends. In one ends where cisternae are formed at one end of the stalk, this face or this end is called cis face, and in, from another end the vesicle are budded off and this end is called trans face. So, two types of face is present, one is cis face where cisternae are made and one is trans face where cisternae are budded off. Budded off means here vesicles are produced that carry different types of molecules. Next, this Golgi apparatus was discovered by Camillo Golgi. He was a scientist who discovered this Golgi apparatus first time, and after his name this apparatus or this organelle is called Golgi apparatus. Now, let us talk about the function of Golgi apparatus. First function is that the material synthesized near endoplasmic reticulum, that means the molecules that are produced by endoplasmic reticulum, this molecule is packed and dispatched to various target inside the cell or outside the cell. This packaging of this molecule is done by Golgi apparatus. After the packaging, it can also store the molecule, it can also modify the molecule, and packaging also can be done by Golgi apparatus of the vesicle. In some cases, in the form of modification, it makes complex sugar from simple sugar, and in also involved in the formation of lysosome. These are the functions of Golgi apparatus. Now, let us talk about this diagram, that here we can see that cis face where the incoming transport vesicle is present and trans face where newly formed vesicle are present here, and the cisternae are stocked together, stocked on one after another, that I am saying in the character of the Golgi apparatus. Let us talk about the next cell organelle, that is lysosome. Here lysosomes are spherical, that is nearly round shaped and sac like structure that evenly distributed in the cytoplasm. Lysosome is a single layered membrane and it contains powerful enzymes. Now, what are the, from where this enzyme comes from? These enzymes comes or these enzymes are made by rough endoplasmic reticulum, and this enzyme have the power to break down the all organic material. That means any materials if present in a cell which need to be destroyed, then this destructive function or the this performance of destruction done by lysosome. So, lysosome can destroy those organelles or those molecules or those materials which are not required by the cell. This lysosome in animal cell, this lysosome is present and this lysosome is typically absent in case of plant cell. Now, let us talk about the function. They have three basic function. One is digestive bags. Digestive bags means any foreign material if enter into the cell, so lysosome can easily digest this material or destroy this material. Second thing is suicidal bag. Now, suppose if any cell or any cell organelles is become malfunctioning, or if this cell organelles is not required by the cell, then lysosome can also digest their own cell or their own cellular material if any disturbance is produced by those cellular materials in cellular metabolism. So, as lysosome can digest or destroy foreign material, so lysosome can digest or destroy their own cell material. So, in that sense they are called suicidal bag also. And as this lysosome, they basically remove the debris material, so it is also called garbage disposal system. That means anything that is garbage that is produced inside the cell, that is, it can be toxic, it can be not required by the cell. So, these all of this can be destroyed or eliminated by this lysosome. These are the structure of lysosome: nearly spherical structure and single membrane cell or cell organelle. Now, talk about the another cell organelle, that is called vacuole. Vacuole is also called single membrane bound storage sac, and here the membrane is called tonoplast. In case of plant, the vacuoles are present and it is large and permanent, but in case of animals, the vacuoles are very small and size are temporary, because entire the life of the cell, in case of animal cell, the vacuoles are not present. Vacuoles are present in for some time and after that it disappear. So, that is why they are small and temporary. Now, what is the function of this vacuole? This vacuole, they actually maintain the osmotic pressure of the cell, and it is also store waste material. So, it is basically present for the storage of waste material, and it is basically present for the maintenance of osmotic pressure of the cell. These are the diagram of vacuole that is present in the plant cell, and in plant cell you know that these are very large and these are very permanent type of cell organelle that is present in plant cell. Now, let us start about the discussion with the double membrane layer or double membrane cell organelle. That is the first, we start with the mitochondria. Mitochondria is a cell organelle which have double cell membrane, and these organelles are called powerhouse of the cell. Here double membrane is present in mitochondria, where the outer layer is porous and the inner layer is deeply folded. Porous means that things that is produced inside the mitochondria that should be comes out from the mitochondria through this pore, and inside membrane is deeply folded. It has definitely another separate function and important function. So, that is why they are deeply folded. Now, the fold in this layer, each fold is called cristae, and cristae contain special types of particle, that is called F1 particle or oxysome. This oxysome is actually responsible for the formation of energy in the form of ATP. So, oxysome is present, and the internal cavity filled with jelly like matrix. This matrix contain circular DNA and ribosome. They have their own DNA and protein, so they are called semi autonomous organelles. So, as they have their own DNA and protein, so mitochondria, they produce all types of material at their own, and if mitochondria is destroyed, then another mitochondria is present from this mitochondria. So, all the materials that required by the mitochondria for their functioning, these materials is produced by the mitochondria by their own. So, mitochondria can produce their materials which is required for them to for the functioning. It not sorry, it never depends on the cell for the formation of those molecules that is required for their functioning. So, let us talk about the function. The basic function of the mitochondria is just formation of energy in the form of protein. This formation of energy requires the oxidation of carbohydrate and fat molecule, because we get the energy from carbohydrate and fat molecule. Protein does not provide any energy for the body. So, mitochondria basically oxidize the different form of carbohydrate and fat molecule and it release the energy. This energy is stored in the form of ATP, and when our body or cell requires this energy, then they actually get the ATP, and after breakdown of this ATP they actually get the energy from the ATP. So, ATP is basically present or basically stored in the form of energy is basically stored in the form of ATP. These are the diagram of mitochondria. Here we can see the cristae, we can see the F1 particle which is present, ribosome is present, here own DNA is present. So, DNA is present and ribosome is present. So, that means protein easily produced inside the mitochondria by their own. So, they do not depend on the cell for their formation of protein. Last thing, that is plastid. Now, plastid are present in all plant cells only, because plastid are more organelles or molecules that what they do, that basically directly involved with the formation of food particles, formation of carbohydrate. So, plant can only perform the photosynthesis. In that sense, they can only as they perform the photosynthesis, so they can plastid are present inside the plant cell. Now, two types of plastid are present in inside the plant cell. One is chromoplast and another is leucoplast. So, chromoplast are colored plastid and it can contain different types of color. The major color is the green, this is called chloroplast, and except green there are another colors also present in the chromoplast. It can be red, it can be brown. So, we can see the different colors, different types of colors in plant leaf. So, these different types of color depend on chromoplast, and all of these have the capacity to perform the photosynthesis with a different level. So, major photosynthetic pigment are green, and so major chromoplast have the green color which is called chloroplast. And if leucoplast is present, this do not have any pigment, they basically they store like carbohydrate, oil, protein, they are stored in the leucoplast. So, leucoplast is the plastid which can only store, it cannot produce anything. Next is chloroplast consists of numerous membrane layer. Here we know that two types of membrane are present in chloroplast, which is embedded and which is called stroma. External structure is like mitochondria, that means they have double membrane structure, and like mitochondria, plastid also have their own DNA and ribosome. So, all types of protein that are needed for the plastid to perform the photosynthesis, these all types of proteins are directly produced by the plastid. That means, plastid they directly produce their own materials which is needed for their functioning of photosynthesis.